Hello everybody, Simon with Fan Quick Coins and Bullion here, coming to you guys live. It has been a crazy busy day at the office, buying a ton of coins, a lot of bullion stuff, and a ton of jewelry as well. So why don't we dive in and I'll share with you guys what I purchased and talk about kind of the state of the market. Had a little bit of interesting, maybe manipulation, I don't know, towards this morning, but we'll talk about that just a little bit. And do a little showcase update. Got all that silver sorted out, so happy to get that done. Again, guys, if you are in the area, please reach out and link up with me at the Northwest Money Show, October 10, 11, and 12. I will be there. I'll have 2 tables. Please come say hi, if just anything else, and enjoy the show. Otherwise, if you're looking to sell some coins, buy some coins, please reach out to me either at the show or directly in the link in the description. I moved a lot of my premium silver into the spot plus 1 tray here, just because I want to get it moved with the spot being so high. It's going to stay that way through the show, so if you guys are interested at the show, lots of good stuff to pick through there. I sold a ton of the Carson Cities today. I have a very, very good customer who's working on a set of those, and he came and picked out some of the better ones. Indian head cent book here, still waiting on feedback from a few people, but still interested in selling that. So if you're interested, I have a few people, like I said, that are interested. Just reach out to me and I can get you on the waiting list if they say no, that they don't want that. All of the graded coins, guys, those are all available on the website. And of course, for the grab bags, you guys have still been tearing through those, like 5 or 6 a week. Tons of variety in these raw coins that'll fill up your grab bags there. And paper currency. Had a lot of interest in the last few days for paper. I do think I'm gonna get all of the individually priced stuff on the website when I can, as time allows, maybe this weekend. And I did get the space for all the bulk stuff. So as time allows, basically just a price, and you order it, and the quantity is just what I have available. So it'll be super fair wholesale pricing for anyone interested in that. All right, so let's dive into the video and I'll share what I purchased and talk about the state of the market now. All right, everybody, so let's dive in. I have a ton of stuff in front of me, multiple trays. It has been a crazy, crazy day, not only buying from customers, but you guys as well. I have several stacks that subscribers sent to me. We worked out a deal, and if you guys are interested in that kind of thing, please reach out to me with your lists, and I will try to get to you as soon as I can. I know I've got a few people I'm still working with, but I appreciate your guys' patience as well. So not a lot of what I would consider high quality material, but a lot of volume. So here, realistically, got a little bit of seeded stuff, and this is from no particular collection. I try to put some of the more interesting things here. Some seeded stuff. This is always really interesting. So when I get in nickel collections, I always set aside, I have a gentleman will pay me 7 cents per nickel. So very small profit, but basically when I get books, I punch them out and I save them for him, and he pays me a little over face value. They're worth putting aside and not taking them to the bank there. So just a interesting way to make a little extra money over time. So again, guys, I always talk about it. This is a relationship-based hobby. I went out there, I met him, I learned what he needed, and I'm able to provide him something that he needs for his business. One of the nicer coins here is kind of like a high XF, low AU, capped bust, $50. Really, really nice detail. Not going to take it out of the capsule right now, but this will make its way into the raw book at some point before the next show, hopefully. Nice coin otherwise. Little stack of world here. I was able to pull out a few interesting pieces here. This is a 1837 token from Britain. This is a farthing from 1924, and just a German 5 Pfennig. Just kind of interesting to see some older coins there. Nice little bulk amount of Buffalo nickels, V nickels. Basically, this stuff gets in a bag, and when I get enough, I sort them out and basically go on the rolls, and they go on eBay or the shop. A little bit of fine silver here. I am still really kind of hurting for smaller fine silver. I'd like to get a little more in, and you guys will see that I got a lot more 90% in, and that's been going out pretty well, but I always like to get more fine silver. And realistically, the small stuff, my wife likes to collect these little pieces for her treasure chest, so these will go right to her, and she will enjoy those. One other thing for her is she is big into birds, so these are, and you can see where I tested them, these are German silver that's 800 purity or 80% purity. Just kind of nice pair of swans. We'll put something in here and she'll enjoy those. And I'm going to move the tray and move on to the second tray here. And more just kind of bulk stuff. So this is all the 90% that came in today across several collections, dimes, quarters, and halves. Really, really happy with this. You know, I buy a lot of it. You make a little bit across the board, and it makes business run. And that's what's important, guys. And that is how you help your community out and how you do a service for people that need something like that. I think for this video's purchase, this is my favorite purchase for the day. These are two trade tokens from Delano, where I am currently located, and I have, been here in the office for about just shy of a year now at this point, and these are the first Delano tokens that I have seen 5 and 25 cents in trade. The Senate, I assume, was some kind of bar or something, and we have the CL Remen Pool Hall. So very, very cool. These will be going right in my personal collection. Always happy to be purchasing things like this, especially related to Minnesota and Delano specifically. Going into some of the purchases kind of generally, bought more wheat cents, nothing crazy there, a few hundred of those. A good healthy stack of 90% silver dollars came in. This is probably just over a tube. Both Peace and Morgan mixed, varying condition. These get set aside until I get enough to sort them out and put them in the tray. I'm hoping to have all that done for the Northwest show. So wholesale dollars, if you guys are interested in that kind of thing, reach out to me or come purchase some at the show. For fine silver, I only got one Silver Eagle. 97 is actually a little better date. This is halfway decent condition, so this will probably be like $60 or something like that. Gray sheet is like 65, so decent date for somebody that needs it. And one 1 ounce silver bar, nothing crazy. So that'll just go. This will just go into the spot tray basically, and then I will flip up this Silver Eagle and get what I need to get out of that. For better coins, I did get one Carson City. This is like VG fine range. It is cleaned, so it'll probably be in that 125 to 150 range. Not quite sure where it'll be, but I'll have to check the wholesale numbers. And guys, remember, for raw coins, I always sell them at wholesale. So if you're interested in specific type, please reach out to me and I will do my best to get you squared away. This is kind of interesting. I don't normally buy like Civil War stuff, but this is a nice little set, and I'm not sure if I want to put a dollar value on this, or I might use it as a giveaway in a future video. This is a Civil War bullet, no specific battle, but then there is a stamp from Shiloh, as well as the Gettysburg gold-plated quarter, which is kind of, nothing special, but realistically, this bullet, very cool, and it comes with certificate of authenticity, and just something cool. I don't know if this was shot or fired. If you guys are interested, let me know, and I'll get you a price on that if it's not yet sold or given away. Let's see, try to get this back in there, and it does come with a little certificate of authenticity. And another thing that I mentioned in the video is I've been buying a ton, like a crazy amount of gold scrap. So these are all the 10 karat rings that came in. And as I mentioned in one of the previous videos, my wife is going to be helping out a little bit in the store on a very part-time basis, but she will be running and I picked a name out for the Instagram. It will be Van Quigg Jewelry. So I will have that linked in my bio at some point, and we will begin to populate gold and silver rings there, jewelry, all that stuff, and be able to get that to you guys if you're interested in that kind of thing. We're not going to sell junkers. We're going to sell nice good quality items at affordable pricing for you guys. I have sold some stuff to you directly, some of you guys directly already, and this will be a much easier outlet for that just because we post it and then people that are interested will just jump on it and we'll, get paid the normal way and we'll ship it right out to you. A few other things, couple of 14 karat items, a few rings, one bezel. I will probably retain this bezel. It's probably only $90 in gold or something like that. But I have had a few people on request ask for bezels. So I want to have a cheap one in stock. $70, $80, $90 for me to hold on to this is not going to break the bank. It's not like holding on to a $900 gold ring. And let's see. This was probably a close second for my favorite purchase today. This is a functioning Waltham. This is a 14 karat gold watch case. And you can see here, presented to Howard Stain. Trying to read this on camera. Sanborn for 20 years by Bonded Oil 1951. So pretty cool there, and it does function. You can see that it is running there at the bottom, the seconds, and then it is in fact 9:10 p.m. at night. I set this earlier in the day, just wound it a little bit, not too tight, and it is keeping time honestly perfect. And so I'm not quite sure what I'll do with this. Obviously you have the gold value in the case, but since the timing is functioning and keeping good time, this may find its way onto the jewelry Instagram or on eBay at some point there. Few other things coming in is some nice sterling silver, some nice turquoise pieces. Again, this kind of thing will be on the website, or not the website, the Instagram, pardon me. And I did get a few pieces of sterling silver with Black Hills gold. Basically, this will be the silver price plus a little premium for the gold there. Realistically, we just look at comps and see what they're going for, and if it's close to the silver, that's what we'll charge. Some of this native stuff with the turquoise, I know will be a little more expensive. Again, not like $60 expensive, but probably like $30, $40-ish based on the weight, again, just for that. And then if there's a maker or something special there, it might be a little more. But again, you know me, fair prices. Cannot complain about that. Got some more paper currency that came in today. I have to be very careful with this bottom note. I'm actually going to show it to you first. This is a very sad $2 bill, series 1917, and this is like worse than, this is like poor grade. Aside from the really bad folds, the paper quality is decent, but realistically it is coming apart. So this will be very affordable in the shop here. And then again, a few foreign notes here, nothing crazy. I know I will probably sell these in a bulk lot, but I am also kicking around the idea of doing a whatnot at some point. They have been kind of, I would say, actively pursuing me, giving me a call every few months, asking if I want to set up an account with them. And I am thinking that, especially with some help, I will get to the point where it will be beneficial to kind of move some of this stuff that I would normally bulk out, or just be able to provide good pricing for you guys there for things. If I'm set up at the shop, after hours, I have the showcases open. You say, hey, Simon, I want, foreign bills, right? Okay, well, this is what I have. Or, hey, Simon, I want, red seal twos. I want, silver certificates. I want Hawaiian notes. So I can run it. I know what I need to get on this stuff. So realistically, you ask for it. If the shop has it, I will just throw it up on there and we will work with you guys on that. So that is that. I got a few more paper notes here. Let's see. Red Seal 100, nothing crazy there. That's a 1-year type series. Another Sawhorses is pretty bad condition, so that'll be really cheap. And some 5s, graded 5. This is kind of a funky holder. This is, I think, a 1-year type or something like that for the holder, but they are kind of desired for people that collect those holders. Some $10 silver certificates and some $20 Hawaiians. Again, need to price all this stuff out, but if you're interested, please reach out to me. And again, I had someone reach out to me and ask, I know you sell bulk. I've got bulk. So I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rolls of Indian head scents and 10 rolls of buffaloes. Buffaloes are kind of a slow mover, but I know these Indian head scents, once they go up on eBay, will fly out like hotcakes. Just a few other odds and ends here. This was a kind of cool Instagram pickup, so thank you for the individual that sold this to me. Not quite sure what I know about it, but it just kind of struck me as cool. It was pretty inexpensive, and I'll throw it up for a little over my cost for you guys. Again, I just want to stock stuff that I find interesting, that I'm passionate about, and I know that matters to you guys too. But this is just kind of a cool token. Illustrious, I follow in the steps of my predecessor, executive, financiering, fiscal agent. So kind of just something interesting there. But it looks like it's a hard times token from the US. So just really, really cool. Trying to stock more interesting stuff for you guys always. And the last few things, in addition to the watches, the nice gold watch, I did get a slew of, these are like what I would consider not necessarily junkers, but, watches that, don't have a crazy individual value, but realistically, someone offered them to me with a collection, and I said, yep, I know what I need to pay based on what I would expect to auction this stuff for, and, it worked out. So the Seiko is, I think, probably pretty inexpensive, but there are some, nicer things in here. So I have to go through and see what's worth pricing individually, or just throwing up on one big eBay lot and just letting it rip. But that is it for right now. I'm going to see if I get anything else tomorrow before the video goes up. But if there isn't, then we'll wrap the video up here. It's already almost 15 minutes based on what I'm seeing on the camera. But I appreciate you guys so much, and I will see you in a moment with more items, or I will see you in the wrap up at the end of the video. Thanks so much. We'll see you then. Bye-bye. All right, everybody. So let's get into that giveaway for today. We have a nice little allotment of early US copper type. And for the 2,000 subscriber giveaway, we are like 5 people away. I'm adding a nice roundabout $30 to $50 coin. It's a nice seated half. It has been cleaned and holed, but good condition on there. Nice variety for someone's type or to just enjoy. Remember to like, comment, subscribe to be entered into all the giveaways. eBay has been updated with bulk items, and I will continue populating as I get back in action here. Website should be up to date with all coins, and for the show, I'll probably make a couple videos during the show or show items that I'm purchasing. No guarantees that they will make it to the website, because many things that I do purchase don't make it to the website because either you guys buy them or they sell at the same show that I purchased them at. Check me out on Instagram here. Lots of behind the scenes action going on. I do have the jewelry Instagram picked out. That is going to be Van Quigg jewelry. So my wife is going to be taking care of that and helping out there in that respect. So go follow that. I will probably add it to the pinned information in the video, as well as my Instagram landing page. And let's grab the comments from the last video. 49 comments. Thank you guys. All right, Reverend Dancer, you're the winner. Please reach out to me to claim your prize. And guys, remember to like, comment, and subscribe to be entered to win the 20,000 subscriber giveaway on the video after we hit 20,000 subscribers. So reach out to me, claim your prize, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.